Today we got a great new update for XDefiant, bringing custom matches to the game, bringing a new map signal for your escort and zone control modes, as well as an update to the weapon XP, which was previously 2,000 per primary level and 1,000 per secondary level, back down to 1,500 per primary and 500 per secondary. So essentially, whatever weapon level that you were before on primary weapon levels, they took that, they multiplied that by 500 and then divided that by 1,500, and that's the amount of levels that were added onto your weapons. So if you have a weapon that was 375, it should now be level 500. Some people thought that this would only apply to weapons that they were grinding during the period of time when it was increased from 1,500 to 2,000 per level, but it's actually universally applied. This is probably just programming wise the easiest way to do it. I think for the most part everybody's going to be happy with this, aside from a few people who maybe wanted to spend more time grinding those weapons out. But for everybody who just wanted that weapon XP for objectives and was a little bit irked that they increased the requirements per level, things have been brought back down. I'm actually kind of glad about this because 5 of my pistols that were like level 400 are now pyro. My deagle that was like 95 is now 190 something. Both of my marksman rifles went from 400 to 500. 2 of my snipers are now pyroclastic. So it's like a lot of the stuff that I kind of chored through leveling up in the first place but didn't touch afterwards. Now I don't have to touch it at all ever again if I don't want to. This also makes me feel better in case in the future we ever have something that requires us to get everything to level 500. Now a lot of the things that I hated, which I knocked out first, are now out of the way forever. On my previous video, I was complaining a little bit about the in-game audio, and I have found a remedy that helps it dramatically. Maybe not dramatically, I might just be tripping and under the placebo. But essentially, if you can turn on Windows Sonic for headphones, I believe it's called. It's available for Windows 11, I think Windows 10. It might even be on Xbox. I know PlayStation 5 also has some type of audio thing where you can essentially simulate a 3D audio situation like Dolby Atmos type of thing, where it really does a good job of breaking up the sounds and separating them directionally rather than just being 2 different directions stereo signal that's just muddied up by everything going on. It really has like your front left, your front right, direct front, the sides, the backs. It's funny because I was Googling Snowdrop engine audio and I was trying to get more information that I could get just about the Snowdrop engine and how they handle audio and everything. And there was an article from Ubisoft themselves, or like one of the developers, and they were talking about how it pairs really well with Windows Sonic for headphones. So I was like, hey, let me try this. I'm pretty sure this is something that's like built into Windows. I can just turn it on in my sound settings. I've also been experimenting with a limiter, trying to really tame high volume sounds like explosions, gunshots, and try to keep them within a certain threshold below a certain level so that they don't surpass that level. And if I can get that to work, in theory, I could keep those gunshots below the level that footsteps would be. So the footsteps will come through, and essentially I could still hear the footsteps regardless of gunfire going on and other things. This is something that I'm going to be working on more over time. I don't really know if I'm going to fully commit to it or if I really want to create some type of audio cheese for everybody to just be running around with supersonic hearing on XDefiant. Either way, I'm hyped about having the custom matches. We're in the beta stage of them now. I know eventually we actually will be getting bots in there, which will be really cool. But in the meantime, I really do want to try to get in with some other players, test out footsteps. I've heard that cleaners have louder footsteps than other factions and Echelon have quieter footsteps. I don't know if that's true, but that's something that I do want to find out. Anyways, let me know what y'all think of the new patch. Hope you all have a great day, and hopefully I catch you on the next one.